playoff chances for the McKinney North Bulldogs took a bit of a hit on Friday night against Wylie, joined by Mike Fecci and Coach. Disappointing loss, obviously, against Wylie. 35-20 was the final score, but you played well throughout that game. Just a couple of things didn't go your way.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. We played pretty well the whole night long. We just didn't make some plays. They made some. You know, we took care of the football. You know, it's just one of those games. We had a chance up to the very end and turned the ball over on a punt return. You know, that gave them life and things like that. But at the same time, we played hard.
Well, we'll take a look at the highlights right now. And on the Wylie's first drive on defense, you had made some plays. You forced them to a 3rd and 19 at one point, a 3rd and 21, but they're able to convert.
Yeah, they converted one of them on a pass, another one on a late hit on the quarterback, gave them an automatic first down. But we did. We played really well the opening drive, played with a lot of motion. You know, that late hit on the quarterback penalty really hurt us bad because it allowed them to extend their drive and put the ball inside and go score. But you know, we played the run real well all night and stopped that. And Wylie did a good job. I give them a lot of credit. They threw the ball. That kid threw the ball extremely well, better than I've seen him throw it in any of the other games we've seen. You know, he stepped up when he needed to.
You know, Wylie ran the ball 21 times for a total of 43 yards. You really stuffed the run on defense. That was not a problem, but Carson Cook had a heck of a game.
He did. He threw the ball real well, you know, and at times we made great plays, at times we didn't. But the kid was on, and he threw the ball extremely well.
And your quarterback, Ben Ducey, he did what he needed to do. He had no turnovers, a touchdown pass. We'll see later. They happened in the third quarter. He kept you in the ball game as you fell behind 14-0.
Yeah, Ben played good. Ben played well. He read things right. He threw the ball well. Our running backs played well again. You know, we did a good job up front on the offensive line. You know, again, it came down to a couple critical fourth down that we got stopped on, and then, you know, having to settle for 2 field goals as opposed to 2 touchdowns down the red zone was big. But all in all, you know, Ben's getting better each week.
Had a big 14-yard run on a 3rd and 10 to get you the first down, and then later Ronald Jones is going to punch it in.
Yeah, Ronald puts it in right here. Great block by Justin Jones. You know, that's a nice thing to see those two guys blocking for each other like that. Justin's really a really good blocker, and we're glad that he's with us.
We talk about the big play has really hurt you all year, and Wylie gets a big one after you score that touchdown, made it 21-7 on a 65-yard touchdown pass. But Willis Shun's going to get you a little bit closer with that field goal.
Yeah, Willis Shun did a good job for us. He kicked 2 field goals through, and Malik Gold makes a great play right here. You know, we played real well on early downs. First down, we did real well. It was the later downs, like this is another great play by Triplett and people running to the ball. But, you know, we didn't play very well on 3rd down.
And Gold and Triplett, they're a couple of defenders that, against their screen pass, you were able to stop it by getting the backfield a lot in this game, but they were just able to break off the big play every once in a while.
Yeah, they were. And this is a great throw and catch right here to Evan Jones from Ducey. But you're exactly right. They were able to expose us in a few areas and take advantage of some things we were trying to do defensively. But all in all, you know, we played hard the whole night. We had a chance up to the end.
That 70-yard touchdown pass from Ducey to Evan Jones made it 28-17. Late in the third quarter, you decided to go for the onside kick and you recover a big momentum shift in this game.
Yeah, it was. It was there. We knew it was there. We saw it on film. We kind of waited for the right opportune time to take it. We took it. We got it. Gave us some momentum, went down, and were able to kick a field goal right there to put us within a touchdown. We then came back, kicked another onside kick that we probably should have got, but we just didn't make the play. And, you know, it wasn't necessarily anything where I was doing it because I was afraid of their offense or thinking anything like that. They were just there. And, you know, if we execute them, we get another opportunity to go score. And when you're behind, that's what you're looking to do.
We saw some defensive plays at the end of those highlights as Wylie took a 35-20 lead, had a couple of chances to get a drive to get back within one score, and with your onside kick success early in the game, a chance maybe to get back in the game, but your drive stalled in Wylie territory a couple times later.
Yeah, it did. You know, it just came down to when we didn't make plays at critical times. That's what we got to figure out. That's been our Achilles heel, truth be known, since 0 week, is making plays at critical times. You know, I think our kids recognize it's a critical time, and now we just got to make those plays. You know, we got 3 games left with the chance to go play for a 4th if we can handle our business. And we just got to step, what we talked about this morning, is stepping up, making plays. You know, they're right there in position to do it. They just got to do it.
Offensively, the game plan seemed to be executed. You had good running nights from Justin and Ronald Jones. Ben Ducey did not turn the ball over, and he ran the ball well as well. So offensively, you have to be for the most part, pleased with your performance.
Yeah, I am. I mean, as we were talking before the show, we're not built to score 50 points a game. That's not what we do. That's not our philosophy. Our philosophy is we're going to control the ball, control the clock, be able to run the football, score anywhere between 20 to 35 points a game is what we shoot to do. We just got to finish things. We got to finish drives off. 3 points is nice, but 7 points is what you're after, and those 2 drives right there, that's a 14-point swing, that we weren't able to punch those things in. We had to settle for field goals, and Willishun did a great job with those, but, the idea is to score touchdowns.
Carson Cook threw for over 300 yards for Wylie and 5 touchdowns. What weakness did he expose in your team?
He exposed a couple of areas, that when they would play action us, it caused us a little bit of a fit with our outside backers and safeties. Keyed in to stop the run, and they would play action us just a little bit, just enough to have a small window, and the kid threaded in there. He had a great night. Kudos to him. He threw the ball real well. And as I was telling you before also, better than I've seen him throw it in any game I've seen him in. And he stepped up and made plays, and Wylie's got to feel good about that.
So now Wylie takes that lead over your team as far as getting into the playoffs. They take the 4th spot in the district right now. You're in a position where you have a couple of games coming up where you can win those games, but you're going to need to not only win out, but get a little help to get in the playoffs.
More than likely. I haven't looked at it real hard. I do know this. We need to win the next 3. You win the next 3, you give yourself a chance with Greenville, Wylie East, and Denison left. But it's got to start with step 1. That's Greenville this week. We got to go over to Greenville. Greenville's a football team that you can look at their record all you want to, but they're the one team that I think each and every week has gotten better and better and better and better. And they're playing good football right now. They're on the right track to getting back to being the Greenville of old. I hope that they don't find it this week. I hope they take a few more weeks to really find themselves. But we got to be ready for that. We got to go over there and know that we're going to get their best effort, know that we're going to get their best everything they got, and we got to be ready for that.
And Greenville, a team without a win yet this season, but last week against Wylie East, they finally were able to put up some points, put up 17 points against a good defense. And Marquis Davis, their quarterback, is a big reason why. He does it even a lot more on the ground than he does through the air.
Yeah, he does. He's a good player. He runs the ball effectively. He's very fast. He's very quick. They use him in a variety of ways. And, we talked to our defense kids today about, you got to stop this kid right here, and you got to force him to try to make some mistakes. He doesn't make a lot of them, but we got to contain him, we got to corral him, and we got to wrap up, and we got to tackle. We got to control the line of scrimmage in this game on both sides and take advantage of what we can do defensively and offensively and control the line of scrimmage.
Talk about what the players up front, especially on your defense, what they work on throughout the week to prepare for some of these teams and trying to prepare for how to rush the passer and how to defend the run.
Well, it's a tough mix because there are 2 different techniques involved with it. We do a lot of it's all basically if they use their hands. It's all about shooting your hands, getting your hands on the offensive lineman, using your hands, running your feet, getting separation. On our stunts, running them tighter and crisper than we have been. We ran quite a few stunts the other night, and at times worked out great. At times they didn't. It was just because of certain angles and things. But our defensive line works very, very hard. Coach Davis and Coach Bladel spend a lot of time working on those fine details of technique. And it's stuff that we've gotten better at as we went through the year. But, we're going to need to step up this week for sure.
And we've already talked about, Greenville is an 0-7 team, so it should give your team confidence going into that game. But how do you make sure that your kids don't overlook the fact that Greenville could surprise you?
Yeah, a big worry of mine, to be honest with you. It's something I address. You address it. When you're sitting there at 1-6, it's you would think you would not overlook anybody, and I don't think we will. I know we as a staff won't. And so in turn, if we don't as a staff, our kids won't either. It's the mode that we set as a staff, and that's what we said. We showed them this morning, guys. Look, here's Greenville. Here's what they can do, and we showed them what they can do, and they do it well. And, our kids going to have to go out and play. They got to go out and play like they've done every single week and go be hungry for it, feel confident in what we do, and go over there to their place. They're back at home. They've been on the road the last 2 weeks, playing Wylie and Wylie East, both on the road. So they've had 2 tough weeks in a row. They're getting to come back to their place now. And, if I'm Greenville, I'm looking at us going, here's our chance. Here's an opportunity to get a win in front of our home crowd. And they're going to be fired up and ready, and we got to answer the bell when it's time to go.
Your team knows that you have the ability to beat anybody. You competed well against Lovejoy, only lost that game by 7 points, and Lovejoy is one of the best teams right now in the 4A, especially here in the DFW. How do you make sure that that team from the Lovejoy game shows up in each one of these remaining games?
I think you have to be consistent what you do on a weekly basis, and that's what we do. You know, we're consistent with what we do as coaches in our practice routine and our mindset to each opponent. You know, we don't get too high for one and too down for another. We try to be very consistent in what we do. And in turn, I think by doing that, it gives our kids a sense of just one game at a time, one day at a time kind of attitude. You know, and you know, that's what we got to come out here and do this week. And I think, you know, our team has done that. You know, yeah, we haven't won the games we thought we should have won this year so far. But one thing, as I go back and look, we consistently play hard. We consistently get after people. You know, we just got to start making plays. We got to encompass the playing hard and getting after it, now making some plays, making catches when we need to make them, making tackles when we need to make them at big critical moments, and learning how to do those things. And if we can start doing those things, then the W's will start taking care of themselves.
Coach, I want to wish you luck for Friday night's game. And this McKinney North Bulldogs team, a better team than what their record shows, and they're playing a team Friday night in Greenville that's also a lot better than their record shows. We'll see if the Bulldogs can come out on top.